Let's do a crash analysis. First, let's watch the unedited video, then we'll go back and talk about what was going through my head. I'll play this at normal speed and then go back and talk about what I was thinking. Alright, let's replay this with what was going through my head. So I'm going to use a circle to indicate the car that I'm primarily tracking. Red will indicate obstacles that are going to be problematic for me, and green will represent potential outs. This all happened pretty fast. It was maybe 4 seconds from when I saw the car starting to slide to the moment of impact. As I'm entering 8A here, I see a cloud of dust and I see a car starting to lose its back end. I'm paying attention to it, but I don't think it's an issue just yet. I'm telling myself now that maybe I could have avoided this if I would have backed out of the race earlier. But that's easier said than done, and honestly, I didn't think this was an issue. At this point, it looks like the car might not be able to save this. I don't know if this driver is going to go 2 feet in and stop, or if they're going to shoot across the track. So now I'm looking for an exit strategy. As I come off throttle, I see a black car ahead of me and I make a mental note that I can't go left. I move my eyes up and I see a silver and a black car. I'm not sure what they're going to do, but I do see an opening in front of the black car. Reviewing the video after the fact, I see a small gap in front of the black car immediately in front of me that I might have been able to squeeze by. Fortunately for me, my eyes had moved up from the black car to the silver car, and I had missed that opportunity. At this point, realistically, I can only go left. The car's already loaded because I'm trying to turn right, so I can't make the car go any further right any faster. I see a small opening in front of the black car, and I hope the silver and the black car decide to go left so I can also follow. At this point, when I see the brake lights go on and the cars start to check up, I realize that I have nowhere to go. Now I know an impact is going to happen, so I've switched from trying to get out to trying to minimize the impact. I really don't want to hit this guy perpendicular in his door, so I'd aim for his back bump, hoping to deflect some of the impact. After I got the car pointed the best I could, I held on the wheel so my arms didn't flail and break themselves against the cage, and I closed my eyes. I remember distinctively the sound of the impact, and then a fraction of a second later, feeling my body slump and get pulled down and forward. I remember my crotch hitting the anti-submarine strap, and then my head following and maxing out the tethers on my Hans, and then everything went quiet. When I opened my eyes, I did a quick check to make sure I could move my arms and legs. Once everything checked out, I immediately looked up to the car in front of me and tried to see if there was any motion from the driver's side. Unfortunately, the angle of the impact, I couldn't see into the cabin, so it felt like eternity before I saw some arms wiggling around inside. Props to the emergency crew. Everybody showed up quickly, made sure we were all right, and were able to get us off track. As I went over the incident with my coach, he was careful to caution me that it's very easy to go over things frame by frame and find opportunities that didn't actually exist in the real world. But I still think it was worthwhile to go over the video, to use it as a learning experience. The takeaway here was, once a car is sideways, I need to be slowed down enough that I can go left or right. It's hard not to beat myself up because I saw the car losing traction. I made an assumption that that car was going to be able to recover from the slide. Unfortunately for me, that was not the case. And I think that's a fine line because it's really easy to say, okay, there's a car starting to slide, you should back out of the race. I think that's easier said than done. Accidents happen, but that's why we prepare for them. We've all got roll cages, we're all wearing safety equipment, we have helmets, harnesses, neck protection. We do everything we can to mitigate risk. But sometimes, your number's up. Until next time, smash that like and subscribe button like I smashed that car.